sixth time is a charm, as they say. Gee, if the recording doesn't work this time, guys, we're just gonna give up. We're just gonna give up. Oh my goodness, guys, it's been a while. Okay. It was the last part of the year was a year, and it's fine. This video is a re-recording, so we are attempting again for now what is the sixth time to explain what it is I'm doing this year as a challenge for myself. So, without further ado, we're going to mash the intro in with the first checkup because now it's March and I don't know where January and February went. For the year of 2025, I get a yarn club. Now it's the yarn club's from Fireweed Fiber Co. This year it's dinosaur themed. It's actually Jurassic Park themed. So super excited to have new yarn come into my life. I also acknowledge that we're doing a de-stash, like we're reducing the hoard, as it were. So I need to be taking yarn out of my stash and using it. Came up with a great idea. The great idea was not ordering more yarn. I have absolutely ordered more yarn. More yarn is coming into my life. The great idea, which actually I heard while listening to Wildflower Wool's podcast one day, was to take 12 random skeins out of the collection, wrap them up, and treat them like they were a yarn club you had received. Now, I loved that idea, but I wanted to up the ante a little bit. I wanted it to be a surprise for me, and I didn't strictly necessarily need to stick to one skein. So I talked to Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co. She was over visiting because we're friends in real life, and I was like, hey, if I gave you 12 very large pieces of wrapping paper, would you wrap up skeins of yarn as a surprise for me to open up once a month to challenge myself to use the skeins in my stash? She loved the idea. She thought it was great. Asked if she could do more than one skein. I said, yeah, you could do a skein with minis or you could do two skeins of different colors. I'm like, but no more than two skeins. So that way I'm not signing on to like a very big project. We'll punch the microphone. She agreed. She thought it was amazing. Wrapped up 12 skeins. It was a whole production. I have no idea what is in this bag of yarn wrapped yarn that I have. I gra It lives in a spiderweb Michael's craft bag, and I pull out skeins of yarn and we start things. I decided to do middle of the month as the start end for each month for the opening because the first of the month you're always doing flips for other things. Like I do secret crafting with Louise from from Wildflower Wool. Too many names in my brain. So my first weekend of the month is always tied up doing that stuff. And we always start to switch things or new podcast anniversary stuff happens the first. So I decided I would open the skeins on like the 15th, 20th of the month. And my challenge is to work with that yarn and do a project with it. I have a handful of designs I need to get on the needles anyway. I am always adding to favorites bundles on Ravelry. I'm always adding to the Google document of Doom, which is just full of links for vintage patterns. So tons of things are going on. We're gonna go over January's, we're gonna go over February's, because those months have almost passed us by, and I'm getting ready to open March's shortly. I'm behind. That's not unusual. But you know what? Whatever, it's fine. This recording is happening, it's going out. We have sacrificed whatever is necessary to the tech gods. Hopefully this all works out great. And then I can move on and we can maybe do an update video for the stash de-enhancement. Because I'm pretty sure everybody would love to know my totals post-Christmas gifts. So let's go over January's yarn and we'll see what happens. For January, I grabbed a wrapped package. I opened it up and discovered it was two skeins of yarn. I went, okay, well, we're starting the challenge off strong this year. It was two skeins of fingering weight yarn. One of them is not yet wound up because I am not there yet. It is a skein from Ginger Snap That. I will because I have to put the labels under magnifying glasses to read them, and this has a label on it still. I will absolutely put that information in the description box below. As you guys can see, it's got this beautiful rich color tone to it. The second skein that I opened up with it was a shawl in the ball. So a shawl in a ball is from Lion Brand. It is an acrylic commercial yarn. As you can see, I wound it up, guys, because I've already done some work. Um, and it is a fingering weight yarn. It is acrylic. It's not for everybody. It's variegated. I love shawl in a ball. I think it's an amazing, amazing color palette. And what I've done is I've started a shawl. Now, this is one of the summer shawl patterns that have been on my, oh man, I want to make this list for quite a while. And as you can tell, we're making some progress. We're not too far along, like I would like to be a bit farther along. Right now we're in a garter section and we've just done our first chunk of dropped stitches. But this is going to be a top-down triangle shawl. And when the shawl and a ball gets close to being done, we're going to transition, switch, stripe. I don't even know what words to use. We've got from the shawl on the ball, and then we'll transition to this. So it'll be a two skein summer shawl. I'm doing it on a 5 millimeter, so it is very drapey. Noting that I need a 4 millimeter to have sweater gauge on a fingering weight ball of yarn. So it's gonna be loose, it's gonna be drapey. I don't know if it's gonna have tassels. It doesn't have a name. It is literally a collection of oddball notes on a Google Doc that says, "Hey, make me a summer shawl," as its title right now. So, um, I'll keep you informed with what's going on. But this was my January open for the from the collection, from the hoard, as it will. I was very excited by the two color that came up first because I was super cute. So cute. I like it. All right. The second thing is the Yarn Club from Fireweed Fabric Co. Now, I got DK weight this year, which I quite enjoyed, but I didn't want to, again, because I'm bringing more yarn into my life, I didn't want to have a collection of single one-off DK weight skeins of yarn just chilling about, not doing a thing. So as they come in, I'm doing the same thing I did when I got the Buffy Club colorway a couple of years ago, and I'm immediately putting them into projects or claiming them for things that I'm going to start later on so that I know what it is that I'm doing with them. In this case, again, I've started it. It has a project bag, so that's a start. I don't remember the name of the colorway for the first club, already forgot it. I'm sure I can go find out and take a look at it. It's the inspiration for this was the Jeep. So if you ever watched Jurassic Park, the very first movie, the colors of the Jeep, that's what this is. It's all wound up in a ball because I had hoped to be farther with this project than I was. I made a lot of mittens, like a lot of mittens, for family members this year. And I was like, you know what I want? I want a new pair of fingerless mittens for myself. So I took that Jeep colorway, which is not going to look good next to my face. It's not the right color spectrum for me. It's got a slightly wrong undertone for what I like to wear. I paired it with, ye old gray skein from Barocco Vintage, which is half acrylic, half wool. And I have cast it on just a tiny bit of a cuff. Why? Because it took me forever to figure out what I was going to do with these two colors. I wanted to do something with these two colors. I knew it was these two colors, and I have a fingerless mitten pattern, but it is actually a part of a collection. I want to do the mittens and the cowl and the hat, the whole 9 yards. But I wanted to start, and it's got a very fun texture detail to it, and I think the texture will look great in the gray, and the variegated will look great just as is. So I can do the striped texture thing I want to do. So step one. 3 inches of ribbing. Again, there's no name. It's just these are patterns that I've wanted to make for a while now, and I'm doing them just not quite as fast as I wanted. And I absolutely didn't cast either of these projects on until February. Great. Doing wonderful so far for this year. Then February came and went. I don't know where that month went. I don't know where that month went. I don't know where January went. But we have yet more skeins of stuff I have to cast on. Yay. I've done this to myself. I've done this to myself. Good news, I'm going to delay a project. I'm going to delay a project. I have to delay the project. It's not my fault. It's not my fault, but I get to delay this one. From the Fireweed Fiber Co. Yarn Club coming in this year. February's yarn is this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous teal, blue, green, teal green. I'm gonna go teal green sort of situation. It's February. It's February's club colorway from Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co. Look at this. Oh my God. And I talked to Erin and I was like, given your inspiration photos, which I've seen, and given what your other students, what are the odds that this is the color? And she thought about it, and we thought about it for about a week or so, and we both agreed that this was the color. Every year I pick one of the club colorway months and I get a sweater quantity worth. And that's my sweater quantity for the year from the Yarn Club colorway. It's gonna it's gotta be February. She agrees with me, it's gotta be February. I even think I'm pretty sure I know what pattern I want to make for it. I want to double check the details on the pattern first. And it will actually be a sweater from the very first pattern book I ever bought, like 9+ years ago when I started to learn how to knit. My local yarn store was in its original location as opposed to its new location, and its new location is so old, it's now the old location because time is what it is. But I think I'm going to double check the yardage. I'm going to double check the pattern, but I think I need this. I think I need this as a sweater. So, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Now, I have a sweater in the Songbird Club colorway. I have a sweater in Star Trek colorway. I have a sweater in the Buffy Club's colorway. So, like, this is not an unprecedented thing for me. I do this every year. The joy is that means I get to put off this sweater for a hot second and I'm not casting it on because my orders with Erin, I'm very specific that I don't want her spending extra time dyeing. So dyeing stuff for me should be at the bottom of the list as far as I'm concerned. I want her to do stuff for customers, other customers first. So, and again, like we hang out once a week. It's not like I'm not going to see her. And at some point, this will disappear and six skeins will take its place because I'll get a whole dye lot so it matches. So for the moment, this beautiful sweater is going to have to wait, which is fair because I'm still working on, the Buffy colors, the Buffy Club colorway and the Wood Woes with the Star Trek. So it's not like I'm not also working on sweaters in those colorways already still. I did get lucky, however. Mysterious Mr. B. I asked him to pick a skein out of the bag after explaining what the project was for. And he pulled out 1-800 Elaine, which is May from a half-year club colorway that, again, I have a lot of Erin of Fiery Fiber Co. yarn. It's like I like her colors and I like her and I like her yarn. This wonderfully cheerful color was what I unwrapped, and I went, again, it's not a color I can wear to my face, but my God, these would be cheerful socks. And these projects can be whatever I want. And I've already got 2 design projects on the go already. So a good old pair of vanilla toe-up socks sounds perfect. However, I really like this color. It's so fun. I want to try for 2 pairs of socks. Probably shorties. I have large feet. Probably shorties. But I went and said, you know what would be fun? Let's find some incredibly wild, bold colored minis from literally the mini bin behind me. And let's do that and make that toes and heels, toes and heels. And I got 2 colors. So we've got this one, which I don't know why it works. I don't know why it works. Like it is a strong, weird contrast, but it's gonna look good as a toe and a heel. Not cuffs, toes and heels, not cuffs. Also, I can't get toe heels and cuffs on a 20-gram mini at my size foot, which just doesn't happen. The other one is this one, which again is like, why? It's such a garish pairing. Can you just imagine opening your sock drawer and having like 2 pairs of socks like this? Oh, I'm so okay. I have 1 free sock needle right now, so I need to get this wound and on the needles because vanilla socks happen so long as I've got them on the needles. I just have to get them on the needles. However, I've now talked about 4 projects. It's March. It's very quickly going to be my birthday, which very quickly means that we're at the middle of the month and I'm opening 2 more things. Wish me luck. I've got a lot of knitting to do, not a lot of time. Hopefully, I continue to stay at this level for health and I don't crash too bad, which is another problem I had over the Christmas period time, is I was not having a good go of it with my health. So, with luck, fingers crossed, knock on wood, toss your salt over the back of your shoulder. I'm doing okay, and we stay doing okay. And next time you and I talk, I can either talk about a big project, talk about a finish, or even better, have double checked all of my numbers and do a hoard update, and we can see how the destashing is going. So, till the next time we see you guys, don't forget to take naps. Don't forget to eat snacks. Stay safe, stay crafty, and we will catch you guys later. Okay, bye.